Let me just do a quick sound check. All right, so we got some ones. Everybody can see me and hear me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, look, welcome, 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 Auvoria Prime family, Auvoria Prime community. Paul Scott here. I am super, super excited to be able to do the affiliate training here today. I am extremely blessed and grateful to be able to, talk to you guys here today. And I like to start every single call, every single training, anything I do, you'll always hear gratitude. Gratitude always goes in the front of everything that I do because, look, I truly believe that gratitude is the seed of growth and abundance in your life. So go ahead and every single person that just put ones in the chat, everybody, just so I know that you all are alive. All right, go ahead, drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let me know. Let's see. What are you guys grateful for today? What are the things that the blessings in everybody's lives, things that they're super grateful for. And if nothing else, if you can't think of anything else, look, there's always the fact that you're alive today. The fact that you made it here on this call is always something to be grateful for. So bare minimum, I always on Instagram, the hashtag gratitude on 100, right? I say gratitude on 100. I thank God every single morning, talk about the wake up list. Look, the fact that you guys woke up it is so important. It's such a blessing. Look, we say we're thankful for God. We're thankful for health. We're thankful for this technology, right? We're thankful for the softwares, of course. Thankful for family. Thankful for Mother Earth. All right, absolutely. Thankful for this community. That is incredible. Look, we got so many things to be grateful for. We could sit here and talk about it all day long, but it's important because gratitude is the seed of growth. So to just talk about that, and you guys are going to see throughout the training why gratitude is so important. But look, this is the belief print to success. All right, so I'm just going to dive right into it. Okay, the belief print. All right, if you want to start building a building, you want to build a structure, you always need a blueprint. Well, look, in this industry of network marketing, belief is the key ingredient to any level of success. You talk to any top earner, not just in Auvoria Prime, you talk to any top earner industry wide, they will always talk about belief being the core principal concept that took them to that next level. Okay, so this industry is 90% belief, 10% skill set, right? 10% action or 10% skill set, right? So you need belief and skill set. And really the skill set boils down to leadership. So you need belief and leadership. So I'm going to give you this entire belief print to help build the foundation for you guys to build on and really start to take your game to the next level and start to accelerate your Auvoria Prime business. All right, so definite purpose. All right, your definite purpose. So what is definite purpose? Look, we were all put on this earth to do something, right? God created each and every single person with a unique ability. There was something that you were created to do, something that you were created to give back to the world, and only you can do it, right? So it's literally, it's your responsibility to become the best version of yourself, to be able to walk in your purpose and provide the world with the different blessings that God put you here for. Okay, and again, I talk about God because that's just, look, I'm a man of faith and I always give it back to him. Look, regardless of what you believe in, right? Regardless of what you believe in, you give it back to some higher power. All right, but there is a definite purpose for each and every single being. So here's the formula for success, because I'm a numbers guy. I love formulas. I love that type of stuff. So there is a formula for success. Okay, it's D plus S times F equals success. All right, D plus S times F equals success. So what is this formula, right? What does all this stuff mean? D is not the definite purpose. D is a desire. Okay, you have to have a desire. You have to know what it is that you want. See, anytime you go anywhere, you have to start with the end in mind, right? You have to know exactly what it is, the different things that you're shooting for, right? So you start with a desire, okay? And then you can actually deconstruct, starting with the end in mind, you can deconstruct the different steps that you have to take in order for you to get there, right? So D starts with desire. And when you have a strong desire, Okay, you have to know for a fact, because like I said, your definite purpose, it's something that's within you that you were meant to bring into this world. So when you have a desire and you have this thing that you're working towards, you have to know that it's already within you. You have to know that you were created to do this thing. So that's why knowing your definite purpose helps line up and helps you create the desires and things that you want in your life. And then there's a formula that goes along with that as well, right? Because when you know your definite purpose, this is something that, I tell myself constantly, right? And we'll get into words and just the things that you say, the conversations that you have with yourself, right? But this is something that I say every single day, right? I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous action towards its achievement. All right, I say that to myself every single day. Let me run through that one more time with you guys, right? I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose, and therefore I demand of myself persistent and aggressive and continuous action towards its achievement. All right, so because I know within myself that that I already have what it takes to fulfill my definite purpose, because I know, take off the K off of no, right? What is that? Now, right? Right now, I can take action now and start to walk towards my definite purpose through my goals. Right? Is this conversation making sense to anybody? I want to make sure that you guys are following. Can I get something in the chat box? Like, let me know y'all aren't sleeping here. Like, let me know. Is this conversation making sense with anybody here? Is anybody following me so far? All right, I'm getting some yeses in the chat. All right, we're getting some ones. All right, so I got some people, some thumbs up. All right, so I got some people following. I just want to make sure y'all aren't asleep. All right, cool. I got some hand raising. All right, cool. We're getting a little bit of, all right, perfect. I just wanted to make sure I'm not by myself here. All right, so first step is desire. All right, what's the second step to this formula? What's this S? It's skill. Okay, I talked about skill. Desire plus skill, right? And remember, this is a small portion, so we're just going to tap on skill for a minute. But there are certain things, certain skill sets that you need in this industry, right? You have to take yourself from amateur to professional. How you become a professional in this space is by developing your skill set, by sharpening your blade, by sharpening your axe, and truly committing yourself to doing what it takes to be successful in this industry, right? Because Auvoria Prime is a network marketing company. Right. And by the way, don't mistake, being a professional does not mean full time. You do not have to be full time in this business in order to be considered a professional. See, I'm sure we've all been on Instagram and we see people, selling Bitcoin, blockchain, all types of stuff, right? Or someone spams you with this like 20 paragraph long link, and then there's like a link at the end for you to sign up for their thing, right? Those are all those things that we hate, right? The people that you just block, or they go, hey, how are you? I don't even know who you are. Like, why are you in my inbox? What do you want? Hey, where are you from? What do you want? Have you heard of blockchain? Right? We all know those people, right? When you're a professional, you don't operate that way, right? You operate with professionalism, right? We have intelligent conversations, and we walk people through a process and show them something that can change their lives. And so you have to truly dedicate yourself to the process. You have to decide powerfully that you're going to be a professional in this space and start to walk with integrity and take your game to the next level. Dedicate and become a student of the game, right? You can't half-ass it, and excuse my language, right? But you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? Like, it just doesn't work. I mean, have you ever tried? I'm sure we've all been in relationships in our lives, right? Like, we're all adults here. I'm sure at some point or another, we had a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, right? We've had a partner, right? In relationships, it's the same thing. You can't be half in, half out, right? You have to commit. You have to decide that this is something that you really want, right? And I'm sure we've all been there as well, where like you're not committed yet, right? In a relationship, you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're just looking for that excuse to shut it down, right? Like, man, I hate the way they took out the trash. You know what? It's a wrap. It's over. I can't do this anymore, right? Or like, hey, I texted you and it took you 3 hours to get back. I can't believe you did that to me. I texted you and it took you 3 hours. You know what? This relationship isn't working. It's over, right? If you're just ready to cut things short, it's because you weren't committed in the first place, right? You weren't committed to your partner. You weren't committed to making things work, right? It's the same thing with starting any traditional business, right? If I wanted to start a restaurant, you don't just walk into the bank one day, you like, yeah, you kick up your feet on the guy's desk. You say, yeah, so I'm just here to get like, I don't know, 400,000, something like that. Okay, where's your business plan? Business plan? No. So last night, I had this dream, and in the dream, I was eating a cheeseburger. And I mean, where do you find restaurants, right? So, I imagine somebody at a grill flipping a cheeseburger. So I just thought, you know what? I might as well start a restaurant. So I came into the bank for a loan today. Like, what? Like, literally, you will get laughed out of the building. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? But, like, it's so laughable. See, people dropping emoji, like people going crazy in the chat box right now because that story is so ridiculous. But here's the thing. When people get into the industry of network marketing, because what we have here, it is a true business, but it allows the average person, because obviously most people can't just start a restaurant. Most people don't have credit to go to a bank and get hundreds of thousands of dollars to go get loans, right? So this allows average people to leverage basically almost like a franchise, right? Like it's a business that we don't have to worry about shipping out the products and all the back end, merchants and payment processors and all that stuff. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff on the back end. It's all taken care of for us by corporate, right? So it's allowing the average person to step into a business that's already like this cookie cutter model, right? But we attach, because it's so easy and because it's average people that have no experience dealing with business, we approach it like with this half in, half out attitude. You need to approach it with the same level of excellence, the same level of like focus that you would as a restaurant, where you have you got a blueprint, you go down, you got your business plan. You said, look, here's what we need to do with the 400,000. I'm going to invest in this, that, and the third. The first year, I already know we're going to lose money the first year. It's okay though. I'm trying to minimize those losses. I'm thinking we're going to be about here, right? And then year two, we're going to have it's going to be another loss, but we're going to cut that down a little bit. So I'm projecting year two, we're going to do this. And then we're going to step up our game in year three by doing this, right? And then we might break even, or we're going to be very close. And then year four, we're going to break even or maybe slightly profitable. And then year five, we're going to be here, right? You have all this stuff written out in a blueprint, right? Why? Because you're committed, right? You did what it takes to put in the work, to sharpen your blade, right? To gain the skill set. So it's about making a decision right now that you're going to start operating in this space as a professional and start to become a student of the game and study your craft so you can gain the skill sets. All right. And then what's the last part of this formula? It's the F. And this is a whole lesson in and of itself, right? The F is faith. Oh, we got the computer freezing up on me. So the F is faith. All right. And I'm a huge fan of like definitions. I like to look up dictionary, definitions of words and things like that. So here's a dictionary definition of faith, right? It's the complete trust or confidence in someone or something, right? I always attach things back to God. I give it back to the Father, but and again, that's for me, but having complete confidence in someone or something, right? Having complete confidence in, number one, yourself, right? Having complete confidence in yourself and your ability to be successful in the business. But on top of that, also having faith in the fact that of where this vehicle is going, having faith in the corporate staff, having faith in Auvoria Prime, and knowing that AP1 billion isn't just some cool hashtag. Like this is going to be a billion-dollar company, right? Having faith in the tools that we have and knowing that we're changing tens of thousands of lives around the world currently, and we're well on our way to changing hundreds of thousands, not millions of lives around the world, right? Having faith. Having faith in where it is that we're going, right? So what I want to go over with you guys, because faith comes down to, again, what did I say? 90% of this business is belief, right? Belief and leadership. So we're going to dive into some leadership principles in a little bit, but we're going to spend a lot of time here on faith, right? We're going to spend a lot of time on belief. So I want to give you guys what is the foundation of creating your belief system, right? So, before I do that, right, the definition of success, right? Because we have D plus S times F equals success. Right. And you're going to see again how this stuff all comes full circle. Right. So what is success? Right. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The progressive realization of a worthy ideal is the definition of success. And so what you need to realize, because remember, when we make a decision and we know that we already have inside of us what it takes in order for us to live our purpose, right? When you truly know something, just how you know that gravity is real, right? You know that the earth is round, no matter how many flat earthers or whatever people tell you, the earth is round, gravity exists, 2 + 2 = 4, right? Like when you know things with absolute certainty, nobody can tell you anything. So when you know that you already have it within you to live the life of your dreams, to live the life that you were meant and you were put on this earth by God to be able to serve other people, when you know that that's already within you, then you do what? You take action now. Right? No, without the K. Now. You take action now, because that action is again the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It's you walking in your purpose, walking towards your goals, and by walking towards your goals, you are then fulfilling your definite purpose. You see how all this stuff comes full circle? And we didn't even get deep yet. I don't know how many. I might have already lost some people, but you know what? This is an affiliate training for Auvoria, so I'm gonna break it all down, because look, we got time tonight, so I'm really gonna go deep for you guys. I know I might have already lost some people. Look, I hope you're taking notes. This is already being recorded, which I'm so happy about, because you guys are gonna catch this on the replay. This might catch some people later on, but it's okay. So the progressive realization of a worthy ideal is the definition of success. Right. And so I talked about helping you guys build your belief system. As you build your belief system, we got the chat box going crazy here. All right. So look, as you build your belief system, there are 3 parts of building your belief system. OK, there's words, images, and emotions. Those are the bedrock. That's the foundation for building your belief system. You have words, images, and emotions. OK, because no matter what, you have things that either create or things that impact your belief system. So they're either going to pour into or they're going to help destroy what it is that you believe in, right? So you have words, images, and emotions. Words. Again, I told you guys, we're going to get all the way into it. We're going to go deep. All right, so when you look at words, right? The world. Look at the world right now, because the world was created by God, right? You look at the world, you can't spell world without word, right? The words created the world that we have around us, right? If you look at the earth, right, you can't spell earth without ear, right? What it is that you're hearing, right? What you plant in the earth comes back around, right? Because your ears, so earth, ear, what you plant comes back. Right? It's the same thing no matter where you have this fertile soil, whether I plant poison ivy, right? Whether I plant nightshade, which is another type of poison, whether I plant apple trees, whatever I plant in the soil, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's good or bad. What I plant in the soil is going to come back, right? Just like the earth. When the earth was created, right? Whatever's planted in the earth, it starts to grow, right? So same thing here, right? The world, it is created by the word, right? The word created the earth. The earth without ear. What you put in your ears is the planting, and it's going to grow, right? So again, how everything comes full circle. The ears are the gate to the mind. The words that you speak are then flowing into the gate, flowing into the ears, and then flowing into the mind. And on the inside of you, that definite purpose, that thing that you know you were put here to do, the thing that you know you were created to impact and give back to the world, that's the spirit man. See, the spirit man's already on the inside of you. But the problem is so many people are looking for the spirit man on the outside. They think if I find X, then it will allow me to produce Y, right? It will allow me to walk in my definite purpose. They're looking for that answer outside when it's already here. The spirit man's already on the inside. So here's how it works. And again, I said everything comes full circle, right? So the word flows into the ears, which feed the mind, right? The mind is controlled by the spirit man, right? The spirit man, your definite purpose. So the mind is trying to act out the definite purpose. Making sense? All right. So the mind is controlled by the spirit. So the mind is trying to act out the definite purpose. What happens? How do you feed the mind? Because the mind is controlling the body, right? So it needs energy. So then you speak the words, and your words are then coming into the ear gate and feeding the mind, right? And then the mind is trying to act out the definite purpose of the spirit man. So it's controlling the body. And then as the body is controlled by the mind, the body is taking the action for you to get where it is that you're trying to be, right? I told you guys, it's circular. everything comes full back around. So I'm going to run this down for you one more time, because I know it was a lot. I know it was a lot, and some people might not get it the first time. So the spirit man on the inside is trying to fulfill your definite purpose, right? So the mind is controlled by the spirit man, and then the mind controls the body. Well, the mind needs fuel, right? So the word that goes into the ear gate, it then feeds the mind, which is acting controlled by the spirit, which fuels the body. And the body moves and takes action for you to be able to be successful, right? What is success? The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So by you pursuing the spirit man, pursuing your definite purpose, you're already successful. But it takes action, right? You got to do it now, because when you know, there's nothing to think about. There's nothing to talk about, right? So that is the foundation of belief. Let me see. Whew, look, see, I was throwing, it was too much. It was too much. See my computer freezing up on me. All right. So what you guys need to realize, talk about your cop story, right? Because again, if you know, you would already be taking action to take your business to this next level, right? You would already be doing what it takes. Like, because when you know something, that there's no question, right? That I know 2 + 2 = 4. No matter how much you try to convince me, no matter how many people say what I'm doing is a scam, right? Because there's some experienced trader who just knows it all, right? And he went and evaluated our business and said, nah, EAs don't work. Nah, that bag thing, nah, what you guys are doing is scamming people. Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, again, 2 + 2 = 4. I know where it is that I'm going. I know that the spirit man already gave me what I need, right? I know that I'm following my definite purpose. Right? So when you're truly committed and you've made a decision to operate as a professional, nothing on the outside can ever shake your confidence. Nothing on the outside will ever stop you from success, right? And what's success, right? The progressive realization of a worthy ideal, meaning that we're moving forward. We're taking the actions to build our businesses, right? We're putting people in the Facebook groups. We're posting our results. We're sending out the video. We're showing the plan, inviting people on the presentation, right? We're doing all the different things to be able to build our business. Or, you know, we're going and attending the company trainings. We're going to the company events. We're flying around doing, going and attending the different company events, right? We're doing the actions because when we know, there's nothing to think about, right? Because it makes us happy. It makes us happy that we are following our definite purpose. So I talked about your cop story, right? I told you guys back in the day, I mean, that's what I got my degree in, was criminal justice. My definite purpose was to help and serve people. My definite purpose is to help and serve people. And I wanted to be in a career that I could give back to my community. And I think I had mentioned it earlier before, but I thought that vehicle for me was going to be law enforcement. So, I mean, I got a degree in law enforcement, and that's how I thought I was going to help and serve people. But here's the thing. What's your cop story? That's why I love this, because it just connects so well with just everything that I was going to have in my life. What's your cop story? And I don't mean that one time you got arrested and it was the worst night of your life, talking about that story in the drunk tank. Look, we're not talking about the drunk tank, anything. I'm going to let you leave those stories for yourself, right? You don't got to share that in the chat box. It's okay. All right. What do I mean with your cop story? I mean, if I wanted to go to the store, let's say I'm baking a cake, right? And I need some milk. If I'm going to the store, so the store is my goal, that's my destination, right? If I wanted to go to the store, what am I going to do? I'm going to hop in the car, turn it on, right, and start driving. I'm going to start headed toward the destination. I'm going to start headed towards the goal. What happens? Put it in the chat box. What happens when those blue and red lights start flashing in the rearview mirror? What happens when I'm on my way to the store? I'm pedal to the metal, right? Foot on the gas. Floored it. I'm going because I'm on my way to the store. I'm trying to get there quick. I just want to get, the milk for the cake. What happens when those lights start flashing in the rear view, right? Those red and blue lights. What do I have to do? What happens? Somebody put it in the chat box. Let me see if anybody knows. What happens? Sorry, I'll wait for y'all. Let me know what happens. Pull over. Exactly. Yeah, Gracie said pray. Yes, we are definitely praying. You're right, Gracie. We are definitely praying. But yes, we got to pull over. All right. Pull over. So If the goal is to get the milk, right? The goal is going to the store. And then I'm flooring it, I'm flying, I'm seeing progress. And then I get those lights in the rear view. What happens? I got to pull over. When I'm pulled over and I'm on the side of the road, I'm no longer walking towards the goal. I'm no longer driving down the road on my way to success, right? On my way to my purpose, right? My goal. I'm pulled over. So what is that cop story for you? Right? Relate that back to your business. What did I talk about? You know, are you afraid? You don't want to be that salesperson, right? You're not that kind of guy. You're not that kind of girl. You don't like to sell, right? Judgment from friends and family, right? I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be known in my family. I'm afraid of their opinions, right? The product is too expensive. People wouldn't know. They don't want that. You know, who would pay for a platinum pass? Who would do that? Plenty of people are already doing it, but it's okay. It's your story. What's your cop story? You don't want to be a salesman or woman, right? We're not in the right economy. Oh man, times are tough. Times are tough. Everybody is struggling right now, right? Again, the words that you're speaking go into the ear. See, we're not going to go back full circle with that, but that's the reality that you have around you. Why? Because those are the words that you're speaking, right? The economy is so bad right now. How can I build a business? How can I thrive? The economy is so bad. We don't have the right president. Oh, Trump in office. Oh, Biden in office. Oh, whoever is in office. How can I build a business right now? What's your cop story? Is that the excuse that you're using to get pulled over to the side of the road right now? See, excuses always sound great to the person that's making them. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't do both at the same time. You can't do both at the same time. So what are your excuses? What is your cop story? What is that thing that has you pulled over to the side of the road and you stopped walking towards your purpose? What is it for you? Everybody's different. It's okay. What is it for you? And when you realize what your cop story is, then you can reframe it. You can you can change things. And I know a lot of people too, because this is a cop story as well. Some people say, look, I should be so much further along. I've been doing this for X amount of months. I've been in this industry for X amount of years. I've been, I should be so much further along. That becomes a cop story as well, right? You stop taking action because you feel like you've been stuck in the trenches for so long, or maybe you just got started. And again, the microwave baby mentality, right? You just got started and you've been in for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you haven't even got your first person yet. So the microwave baby mentality, I see all these people ranking up. I see all these people getting added to the group by so-and-so. See, you're looking over here at somebody else's, right? You're looking at someone else's lane, worried about the car that they're driving. Keep your eyes on the road. Worry about what you're driving, because you can't compare. You just got started in this business 2 months ago. So-and-so who's added 5 people a day to the group, he's been in the industry for 10 years. He's been in Forex for 5 years. How are you going to say you've never heard of Forex before in your life? This is your first crack at network marketing. You've been in for 2 months. How are you going to compare your chapter 2 to his chapter 52? It's a dumb comparison. Don't look in other people's lane and allow that to be your cop story that pulls you over to the side of the road. See, when I said this microwave baby mentality, right? Like I said, you already have within you what it takes for you to fulfill your definite purpose, right? It takes 9 months for a woman to give birth to a baby. Why? Because that baby needs the time inside. It needs to feed on those nutrients. It needs to grow. It needs to get what it needs in order to be strong and come out healthy. Your dream is the same way. You need to give birth to your dreams. We're not here for the microwave baby mentality. We're here to let that dream, plant the seed of that dream, right? The words, plant the seed in the soil, the ear, the earth. We'll plant the seed, and we will feed it with the nutrients that it needs over the next 9 months and give it the time that it needs to ferment and get what it needs so it can be given birth to. Is this conversation making sense to people? Yes or yes? All right, we're getting fires, we're getting truth. All right, cool. So I got some people following me. All right, I just wanted to make sure, again, I always got to check in with y'all from here and there because I can't see anybody's camera. I can't see faces. So I got to make sure I'm not by myself anymore. So I got to be checking in with y'all here and there. All right. So I appreciate y'all showing some love in the chat box. So thank you for that. But 9 months, so we're giving birth to our dreams, right? We got to give it time for our dreams to come to fruition. Right? Time is just an acronym. Things I must experience. There are things that you have to grow through in order for you to get the things that you deserve, that you rightfully deserve. Right? For you to fulfill the purpose that you've been put on this earth to do, there are things you have to grow through. And again, catch that. Catch it. You got to pay attention. See, I know I'm going fast. I know I speak really fast, but you got to pay attention. Grow through, not go through. You have to grow through. Things I must experience. See, there's a reason that lottery winners in 5 years lose. They're dead broke, homeless on the streets, right? They won billions and billions of dollars, but 5 years from that point that they won all that money, they're on the streets. Why? Because they didn't grow. They didn't earn that money. They didn't spend the time giving birth to that dream. It was just randomly handed to them. So it was nice for a little bit, and then they bought cars and jets, and they didn't grow through the experiences that would have allowed them to take full advantage of that money, take full advantage of that situation. See, the skill set didn't match the income. They didn't become professionals. They didn't step into a space of a person who had that much money, right? So when you close your eyes and you think about, what is my definite purpose? What does my life look like 5 years from, excuse me, what does my life look like 2 years from now? What does my life look like 5 years from now? If I got everything that I wanted, everything that I ever wanted, what does that look like? So you need to close your eyes and see your life. Don't judge your life and where you're at by your current circumstances. Don't look around you and say, what does my life look like? You got to close your eyes and see your life. You have to know, again, where it is that you're headed. Know the destination. Know where it is that you're going. Know where it is that you're going. Have that desire, the desire of where it is that you're headed in life through this business, right? Through Auvoria Prime, through trading, right? And here's another thing. Don't cap, like, again, gratitude. I talked about gratitude being the seed of growth, right? Every single day, I have it all over my house. It's on my computer. It's, you know what? I got my sign over there. I'm so happy and grateful now that I make $1 million a month. There's no rank in Auvoria Prime right now that you can make $1 million a month, but it doesn't matter. I don't limit myself by where we are right now. I don't limit myself by my physical reality because, again, I know where it is that we're headed. I know that this is a multi-billion dollar company, a multi-billion dollar corporation. So I know that there's going to be that million. The how doesn't matter. See, that's out of my realm. That's out of my control. When you make a decision, God puts you in place. He sets you up for that collision with success. He puts you in places for you to get to the things that you're declaring. Situations move, mountains move out of your way to give you what it is that you speak. The things that you believe come to you. But again, you have to declare it. You have to believe it. So I'm so happy and grateful now that fill in the blank. What is it for you in your life? I'm so happy and grateful now that blank. For me, I'm so happy and grateful now that I make $1 million a month. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've helped 180 people create a brand new 6-figure income. Because it's not just a wish, right? To have a goal, you have to have an end date. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've helped 180 people create a 6-figure income by November 14th, 2022. It has to have an end date, or it's just a wish. Goals have dates of achievement. And here's the thing. When you know that you already have it within you to do that, even if November, whatever, even if the date passes, things I must experience. I'm not worried about the time. The baby is still fermenting. It's still getting the nutrients that it needs. There's still things that I have to grow through. It doesn't matter. The fact that I kept the faith. See, it's so much more of a powerful story instead of I'm so happy and grateful now that I make $1 million a month by November 14th, 2022. And then it just happened 2 weeks before that date hit, right? It's so much more of a powerful story that I'm so glad that we can catch this on the recording, because what happens in 2025 when that goal happens? I kept the vision for 3 years after I had already set the goal, because again, time is irrelevant. The fact that it's already done, it's already happened. I'm already making $1 million a month, right? Because the second I spoke it, see, so many of y'all are trying to celebrate ranks, and you're happy that you hit, you're happy that you hit visionary and visionary 500, and you're happy that you hit visionary 1200, and you're happy that you hit icon 25. You're trying to celebrate these different ranks, right? You're trying to hit the six-figure mark, right? You're trying to get to icon 10. The second that you speak it is when you start celebrating it. See, when you have the belief, because again, we're talking about the foundation, the belief system, the foundation of the belief system. When you have the belief, the second that you spoke it, it was already done. So you celebrate right there. Why? Because the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, the fact that you're already taking the action to do what it takes to get there, it's already done, right? So the paradigm shift, because we talked about the cop story and the things that were holding you back from your business. How can we change that narrative, right? We need to have a paradigm shift so that these stories can't hold us back anymore. Street pharmacist. So I want to tell you a story about one of my good friends that I introduced to, Auvoria Prime, and introduced to the business and introduced to trading. And at the time, he was a street pharmacist. Again, this isn't going to hit everybody. Some of y'all, look, you can ask somebody in a private chat, or, you can figure out what a street pharmacist is later. All right, we're not going to go into that. But street pharmacist. So one of my friends was in this profession. And for those of you that follow street pharmaceuticals, right, it's a dangerous profession. You can get arrested, so you're risking your freedom, and you can be shot. You can be killed. It is a dangerous thing to take part in, right? This is a terrible industry. But he felt that, hey, that's what he had to do to provide, right? He was in this space, in that world, doing his thing. And he talked about, we had a conversation about just how paranoid he was, always looking over his shoulder, because again, it could be the law, could be a rival street pharmacist, right? You just never know. It is a risk on both ends. You're risking your life or you're risking your freedom. And sometimes those are one and the same, right? Your life is your freedom. So it's so much risk for such a little reward. That little, the money pays the bills, but it's so much risk. Because I was able to introduce him to Auvoria Prime, introduce him to trading, he went, he tried, he blew accounts. We had a conversation. Hey, man, time, things I must experience. Keep going. It's all right. Stay persistent, right? Stay persistent. Stay focused. Stay on the path. All right, man, I got it. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Keep going. Keep going. He dove more into trading. He started using Arrow. He started to jump on the live sessions. He started to plug into the affiliate trainings. He started to plug into the community. He started to show up at the events. What happened? He was able to quit street pharmaceuticals. He was able to quit that job, right? He was able to get out of that world, get out of that life, and now he's doing this full time, right? Along with his other, he's got other ventures and other things that he's doing, but he was able to expand his mindset by surrounding himself with people that believe more, people that saw a different world, and was able to take advantage of what it is that we have here and completely change his life. And now he's no longer risking his life. He's no longer risking his freedom, and he's able to have this life of freedom. What would have happened if I let that cop story pull me over? What would have happened if we never had this conversation for him to change his life? Venezuela, I had one of my business partners just told the story the other day. I was in awe, right? When he first got started in trading, he had someone reach out because he had posted a chart or something. Someone reached out to him and said, hey, what is this thing? How can I get started? He said, wait, man, don't worry about it. Let me figure it out and then I'll come back to you. In Venezuela, the average annual income is $600 a year. Annual income, $600 a year, not a month, a year. This guy was starving. for opportunity. He said, whatever it is, look, we'll learn it together. Send me the link, I'm in. Let's do this. I want to learn this trading thing. He got started, and a few months later, my business partner said, look, I got a screenshot of him and his entire family. Everyone's jumping down, screaming, celebrating. Everybody's going wild. It was a party. Right? Everybody was going wild. What happened? He had his first $12,000 trading day. $12,000 in a single day. The average income in Venezuela is $600. Now, am I promising everyone on this call is going to make $12,000? Absolutely not. I know Mariska's going to kill me. I got to give out my disclaimers. All right. No, Forex is not easy. There's no guarantees. I know we're talking about it's okay, but look, just understand what's possible. He had his life changed by being introduced to Forex, introduced to the tools, introduced to the industry, and it changed his family's life. What would have happened if my partner he got pulled over by the cop story? He lost some money in Forex and he quit because it was just one of those things. He let the naysayers get into his head, and he would have never had the opportunity to impact other people's lives. He would have never met this guy from Venezuela and been able to change the course of his family's future. Forex scammers is the same thing. People are nowadays, the most commonly searched thing on the internet is how to make money online. Forex scammers are everywhere. If you have an Instagram account, I'm sure you've met plenty of them. All these scammers are out here selling courses and taking people's money and taking advantage of the fact that people don't know anything about this industry. If you let your cop story pull you over, you had the opportunity to be set up for this collision with success, to get in the way of that scammer and introduce someone to a vehicle that can actually set them up for success in the Forex space through Auvoria Prime. But you let that cop story pull you over. How many people lose because you're too busy playing it small? How many people lose? I don't know. That's a decision for you. All right. And I know we've been on here for a minute, so I'm going to be starting to wrap things up really quickly. But look, I got to give you guys this list. All right. Because I talked about belief and leadership being the two core principles of success. Right. So here's the list. Leaders are, and by the way, don't focus on all 20 of these things. All right, pick 5 of them. Pick 5 of them for this year. Pick 5 things that you're going to work on. 5 things that you can really pour yourself into and develop yourself as a leader through these principles. Live your life by these different things and sharpen your axe, sharpen your sword in these different 5 areas. Okay, here's the list. It's 20 things long. Pay attention. So leaders are courageous, right? Leaders are ethical. Leaders are resilient. Leaders are humble. Ooh. Wait a minute. Hold up. I got to stop. Leaders are humble. See, too many times, this is why money gets this bad rep, right? Because when people get money, sometimes they be losing their minds, right? Like people start acting a fool when they get money. Leaders are humble. Here's the strategy, because again, I'm a formula guy, right? Here's the formula to remaining humble. You have to know the source and never forget where you came from. Remaining humble. How I remain humble, I know the source. I know that anything good in my life happened because of God. It wasn't me. I'm not talented. It was all God. It's God's fault. Blame him. Humble because I know the source, and never forget where you came from. I remember the time in my life where my parents were struggling, where my mom was on her own and struggling. And she was literally in tears, having no idea with this pile of shutoff notices, having no idea where the money was going to come from. I remember the time that I flew to London, barely had any money, and by the time I left, had $100 in my pocket, no savings, nothing. I risked it all to go out to London to help build my business. I remember driving and having a flight, throwing an event in Tennessee, and being picked up by someone on the team. And then there was a Hilton across the street from this major 6-lane highway. And then there was a Roach Motel on the other side. I remember getting picked up from the airport and driven to this, there was a Ritz-Carlton or whatever this fancy hotel in Tennessee was, right? Me and Dante being driven to this hotel, being dropped off, going into the lobby so that, whoever from our team or whoever picked us up, right? We go into the lobby of this fancy hotel, wait a few minutes for the guy to drive away, and then we run across the major highway to the Roach Motel. And you literally see, the Roach went across the thing. We were like, oh man, where did we just pick to stay, right? The roach running across the room. We had cigarette burns in the pillowcases. I mean, this place was bad. I mean, but again, it's things that you have to grow through. It's stories that you can look back and laugh at, right? It's easy to remain humble because you went through these experiences. How can I judge where somebody else is currently in their situation, in their story, when I was at this Roach Hotel sleeping next to a cigarette burn? Like, so it's easy to remain humble. But again, I digress. Let me get back to this list. All right, I'm gonna get back on the list for y'all. So leaders are courageous. Leaders are ethical. Leaders are resilient. Leaders are coachable. Leaders are patient. Leaders are problem solvers, right? Leaders are motivated, right? Leaders are honest. Leaders are determined. Leaders are creative. Leaders are decisive. All right, leaders build trust. Leaders are great communicators. Leaders are positive. They have positive outlooks. Leaders are purposeful. Leaders have a growth mindset. Leaders are flexible. Leaders are emotionally intelligent. Leaders are confident. Leaders are accountable. Those are the 20 skill sets of a leader. And I know I was going really fast. I know you're all writing furiously. Again, you're going to have to catch some of this on the replay because I don't want to be on here for the next 3 hours. So there's the list. So catch this on the replay. All right, make sure you guys check it out. It'll be posted on the Auvoria Prime page, all right, Facebook page. But here's the last thing. My Instagram, Paul Scott Mentality. See, that word mentality, it means something. There's a lot of meaning behind it. I'm not just calling, there's a reason that I chose that name, the Paul Scott Mentality. Mentality. It's a mindset about when you make a decision. So let's break down this word because it's extremely important. And by the way, it all starts with, again, making a decision. So let me see in the chat box. I want to see who has made the decision over since you heard this. I know Matt's hopping on. He's saying wrap it up, but I got you, Matt. I got you, man. But look, if you guys drop a 7 in the chat, if you are committed to being a professional and taking your business to the next level. Right? Let me get a 7 in the chat box. Let me just make sure I'm talking to the right group of people. All right, I see you, Martin. I see you, Dante. I see you, Gracie. I see you, Tom, Luke. All right, so we got Bren. We got tons and tons of people. All right, so I know I'm talking to the right group here, okay? Here's the last thing. Mentality. Let me break it down for you guys. Me. Mentality starts with me. Right? It starts with me. It starts with Paul Scott. Everybody that just put a 7 in the chat box, right? Wilton, Bren, Gracie, Jemelyn, all of you guys that just put a 7, it starts with me. I have to make the decision to take my business to the next level and become a professional, right? So it starts with me. What's the next part? Men. All right. Jesus had 12 disciples for a reason, right? He had a squad. If Jesus couldn't do it alone, what makes me think that I can? Men, more than one, the people that you surround yourself with. All right. What's the next part? Mental, right? Your mindset, right? What are you thinking? What is your state of mind, right? Mental. And the last part, tality. All right. Tality is the great reality of your life, free in its movement. The great reality of your life, free in its movement, the tality. So you have to take inventory of the environments that you're spending time in, right? You have to take inventory of the people in your life. You have to take inventory. Am I teachable? Am I coachable? Am I living my life by these 20 principles of leadership, right? These are all questions that you have to ask yourself as you're moving through, right? As you're starting to build your business and become a professional, these are the things that need to be the dominating thoughts of your mind. These are the things you need to think about on a daily basis. So let me ask you a final question before I hand it over to Matt. If you typed a 7 in the chat and you said that you made the decision and you understand that it is your responsibility to become a professional in the space, have you gotten your ticket to the 2021 kickoff Auvoria Prime event? I'll wait. It's okay. Go ahead and answer it in the chat box. Have you gotten your ticket to the 2021 kickoff event? Good job, Bren. Good job, Dakota. I see you, Welton. Appreciate you guys. Dante. All right, I see a ton of people have already bought their ticket. Look, Dante said he bought his mama a ticket. All right, see, Don even bought his mama. He's taking it another level. Look, if you typed the 7 in the chat and you said that you were serious about this business, have you gotten your ticket? You have to put yourself in places where you can have elevated conversations. You have to learn from the people who have what you want. If you think this training was incredible, if you like this training, Look, the event is going to blow you away because remember, this is just the foundation. You have to build upon the foundation. The building hasn't even been built yet. That is the skills and things that you're going to learn. I mean, and I've seen some of the topics. I know every single one of these speakers personally. You are in for a treat. There's raffles, there's all types of things. Look, you have to get your ticket. If you're saying that you made a decision, you made a commitment to take your business to the next level, you have to make sure that you have your ticket to the 2021 Auvoria Prime kickoff event. So with that being said, I am complete. I was going to hand it over to Matt and allow him to wrap it up. But look, there's nothing else to say. Matt hopped off of here. I mean, I poured into you guys. I gave you everything I got. I am complete. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you got some value. I will see you guys at the event.